What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another great day in the hobby. I am DCI Jason here with Big Sexy Bradley Crenshaw. This is DCI podcast number 18. 18 podcasts in already.
It's a great number.
That is a great number. Peyton Manning. We are on our Manning episode. Welcome, guys, to the Manning episode of the DCI podcast. This is our national sports collectors convention.
Not only is it a special number, but a special podcast, too.
Special podcast, too. That's exactly right.
It's awesome.
We are 100% focused on the nationals here at DCI. We are full swing, getting everything packed up and ready. Tons of exciting things to touch on as far as what DCI has going on at the nationals. We're also going to touch a little bit on some things that we are going to be doing with some other companies in the hobby.
Yep.
Some things taking place, happenings at the national, things you can expect to see there, and maybe provide a few tips and tricks for those who it's going to be their first time, like myself, at the national. Looking forward to learning about how to attack the national from
you're in
some
for a treat.
That's right, from some seasoned veterans. But anyways, I really want to jump into kind of our setup at the national. We are going to be right there. We've got a
We're a corporate sponsor for the national.
That's right. So on the corporate pavilion.
Yep.
We've got a 40 by 40 setup, so a huge floor.
You got a little ahead of yourself there.
40 by 20?
20 by
20 by 20. I'm sorry. 20 by 20. 20 by
40
20.
by 40 is next year in Chicago.
That's
this
right.
year, that's the request we put in was the 40 by 40 in Chicago. This year it's a 20 by 20.
So big time footprint at the corporate pavilion at the national.
Yep.
Where are we going to be? What should people be looking for? How do they find us? At DCI.
Just come in the national, look for the big D.
That's
you
right.
can't miss it. Just look for the big D.
That's right. People love the big D. Guys, make sure you stop by our tent. We're going to have the big tent set up.
We will. We'll have two of our big setups there. The grading flags will be up. You can't miss us.
That's right. If you've been to the Dallas show or any of the shows around the country, guys, it's going to be a very similar setup, just much bigger and much better for the national, just like everything else.
Everything's bigger at nationals.
So, Brad, what are some of the things that DCI is offering at the National besides $10 raw reviews? What are some things you're looking forward to?
Well, the $10 card grading or the RCRs at the shows, that is by far a huge value.
Yeah.
We, a lot of people come to nationals and they raise their prices. We were talking about doing that, but then we decided, you know what? DCI is about adding value to the hobby. We're not about robbing the collectors of their spending money when they get to nationals. So we wanted to be able to provide our service and add the value in the hobby to where, collectors would be lined up around the corner, if so be it, to get their cards graded by DCI before paying, $250 plus to have it slabbed at nationals. So
totally understand
we're,
that
we're,
value.
we're there providing that value. So yes, $10 card review still stands in place for nationals. We're not raising those prices. We're keeping them the same. But the one benefit, there's another benefit that's huge. Not only do you get an RCR card graded at nationals for $10, but you're also going to get an NFT of your cards at nationals for $10.
So
it's included in the price.
That's awesome. So for $10, you're not only getting your card graded.
That is correct.
You are also getting the NFT version, DCI NFT version of your card.
Yep.
Super
At
cool.
nationals.
At nationals.
So we're not only keeping our pricing the same, but we're even adding more value to what we already do and provide that back to the collector. So they get card graded and an NFT.
Crazy. I want to circle back to the NFTs here in just a minute. One more thing that we are rolling out at the Nationals is going to be our new label on these cards as well.
They're sexy.
They are sexy. We have them in office. We are ready to rock, ready to roll. That's exactly right. Everything we do is big sexy around here. Something that, we are really excited about is the authenticity guarantee that comes with these new labels. Every card no matter when it was produced, is going to be measured, checked for alterations, recoloring, things like that.
Absolutely.
Questionable authenticity will be labeled if that is deemed the condition of the card.
You go open a box of Prism at the show, bring it to us to be graded. We're measuring your card.
That's right.
It's getting measured.
That's right. You know why? Because we don't trust the quality
quality
assurance.
control. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it is crazy. Some of that stuff we see. Not only the new labels, so $10 card grades, new labels. You're gonna have the NFTs as well. How about the Whatnot channel? I think we're planning on running breaks every day live at the booth from the National.
We'll be running 6 to 8 hours plus a day, every day from the booth. Breaking. We're gonna be breaking all kind of wax. We're going to, hopefully be pulling some bangers for people.
Huge cards, hopefully.
But we are going to be live on Whatnot, so you can jump into any of those breaks from anywhere. You don't actually have to be at Nationals.
That's exactly
You can be at home.
Right.
But if you're at Nationals, be sure you follow us on Whatnot and jump into those breaks because we're going to be having a really good time.
Having a really good time.
Yes.
Say you hit something big, you swing by DCI.
Yep.
Pick it up. We'll be there to celebrate with you guys.
Absolutely.
But again, if you're not going to make it to the National, this is a great way to kind of partake in the National. We are going to be there, set up live at the National, hop into those breaks, get in on the action. It's going to be a lot of fun. I know one other thing that we're doing as far kind of along the media side is our podcast. Episode 19 will be live recorded from the National as well. If you guys have any suggestions or things you'd like to have us cover, maybe leave a comment on this video here. We'll be checking that between now and then. I know that Grayson and DCI Michelle are also going to be producing some content on our Noob to Pro series, YouTube series.
She's not a pro yet?
It's crazy.
I mean, how long does it take?
It's crazy, yeah.
I guess she needs a different trainer.
Something's
Who's
going
training
on.
her?
Grayson.
Is it Grayson or is it you?
I don't know if they're losing money or what over there. But that's right.
She should be a pro by now.
She should be. I think after the first Nationals, I think is when you become a pro.
Okay.
And so
she gets her certificate after Nationals.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
So we're looking forward to having the whole team there. Michelle will be with us. Grayson and I are going to be doing a bunch of Whatnot streams. Yasmin and Jed as well. Tons of live action. Guys, again, $10 card grading is going to come with the NFT.
I can't even – I don't know how we were able to pull off that particular pricing to be able to offer that at Nationals at $10 a card and at an NFT, which is another cost to us. But like I mentioned, we want everybody to know that we are trying to provide you the best value
in the hobby. That is what DCI was started to do.
Yep.
And that's what we're going to continue to do. Throughout all of those different avenues that we just addressed. Something that we're looking forward to, I think I touched on in the intro, is building relationships. A big part of the National is building relationships. It is not all about buying and selling cards.
That is correct.
In fact, it is probably not, mostly about relationships
Yeah.
and building, people, your network, things like that. A few things that you and I particularly are doing, we will be on the collectible Road to the National podcast series, where we will actually be recording a live podcast at the collectible studio. Something I'm looking forward to is...
I'm not going to be on the road, by the way. I'm going to be in the air.
You're going to be in the air? That's right. You're not driving. That's right. Fortunately, I am too this time. I usually am on the road, but this time we are flying to National. And then planes, trains, and automobiles. I'm going to be on the train as well, man. That's right. So whatever it takes to get to Atlantic City,
that's right.
We are going to be there. A couple of the topics that Collectible wanted to kind of address leading up to the National. What do you love the most as somebody who's been to the National before? What do you love the most about the National?
Well, you touched on it there, was the opportunity to build the relationships.
Yep.
The relationships that you make at Nationals can lead to so much more outside of just the hobby. So it's all about relationships. Any business is built on relationships. So I enjoy the camaraderie and the relationships you're able to build at Nationals and the people you get to see. You're going to see people from all walks that are going to, some people you only get to see, occasionally. Some people you see at every show,
weekend, sure.
So it is about the relationships 100%.
What at this year's National specifically, whether that be Atlantic City or just this year in general, what is the one thing you're most looking forward to?
The one thing I'm most looking forward to about this national is, solidifying DCI at nationals as a value add to the hobby.
100%.
I really am driving home the fact that we're in existence to to serve the community, to serve the hobbyist, to serve the collector, and that's what we're here for. And so I just want to really drive home the fact that we're here to add that value.
I think National is really going to open some people's eyes. I think it's going to be widely accepted that that price point and the service goes a long way for a collector. What is your biggest tip for a first-timer at the Nationals?
You better make a list.
Make a list, okay?
You better sit down and figure out exactly what you're going there for. If it's cards you're going to find, what specific cards are you looking for? Or you can't go in there and just say, hey, you know what, I'm looking for Josh Allen's. Or I'm looking for, Patrick Mahomes. Or I'm looking for Peyton Manning's. You can't go there and with just that mentality because you are going to be overwhelmed. You better have it down to the T. Hey, I want a 3-color Josh Allen National Treasures in a 9 grade.
Yep.
Whatever. You better be specific because you are going to find everything you want at Nationals. And if you don't go in there with a detailed plan of what you're looking for, you're going to be overwhelmed.
All right. So along those lines, what is your plan? What are some of the big cards or pieces of memorabilia, things like that you're hoping to see and hoping to find at this year's National?
So I'm going to try to work on my Peyton Manning collection.
Perfect.
It's all for me I'm working on the master collection of Peyton Manning's, of every rookie produced of his. And so to find some of those pieces that I'm needing will be my thing that I'm after when I'm there.
That's right.
So I'm going to walk around and glance at some of that stuff. I have a lot, so I'm just hoping that I can find some of those more rare pieces at the Nationals, which if I'm going to find them, they're going to be there.
They're going to be there. That's right. That's awfully fitting as this is our 18th episode, our Peyton Manning episode of the DCI podcast. So that's excellent. Good luck on your search for the Peyton Mannings. Okay, heading into National, what is your biggest hot take? What do you think that, what's the headline going to be, the takeaway after the National maybe? What's something that, you're looking forward to seeing play out maybe over the week of Nationals, whether it's something in the headlines like we said?
I really think that as we hit Nationals next week and then going past Nationals, you're going to see a huge rebound in the hobby. There's been a lot of people that have, started panic selling already.
Yep. And
I believe you're going to start to see that rebound in the hobby afterwards. And that's cool, kind of what I'm hoping for. So
that's awesome. Yeah. I tend to agree with you. I think that also we're going to see, if I had to just kind of steer us in a different direction, kind of towards products a little bit, I think that this next year, 6 months to 12 months, Panini and unlicensed baseball products, especially the early Prism sets, things like that, the golds, the blacks, the really rare stuff from the unlicensed early baseball products from Panini, are going to see a tremendous uptick in prices realized at auction. Yeah. That would be my kind of prediction in terms of like a hot take, I guess, is like, baseball purists or people really want the logos on their cards and collectors like the, tops for baseball. But I think that we start to see the kind of secondary market for baseball, the non-licensed stuff, really start to realize significant value. Yeah. That would be my kind of hot take for.
That'd be good.
Yeah. One other thing I guess we have to touch on is our ambassador program here at DCI.
Well, that's a pretty good program.
That is a pretty good program.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
I'm going to turn this over to you, just in as far as kind of describing that to our listeners and maybe let people know how they can reach out to us for getting involved in that ambassador program, once we return from the National, because that is going to start again August 1st.
Yep, absolutely. So August 1st, we're going to open up the ambassador program.
Yep.
What we're trying to do is we're trying to create enough, having people in the hobby that still have a day job, but still want to be involved with DCI, but cannot, you may live in Seattle, Washington,
Alaska.
Or you may live in, New York or wherever.
Wherever the hell
you may be in Hawaii.
That's right.
But we want to give everybody the opportunity to get involved with DCI, and so we created the ambassador program. And so each person that we set up on that program they will receive their own private link and QR codes that they can share with their community. And every person that uses those codes through their link is tracked in our software. And so we will have a list of everybody who's on the ambassador program, and we'll be able to tell whether or not, how many people come through Jason's link. He sent in 1,000 people. Grayson sent in 500 people. Or you've got, Carter, who didn't do anything. He gets a zero. He's got a zero balance on there. So, and we just want to create more excitement around what we're doing, and also to just get more people involved with DCI. We get so many requests of, hey, do you guys have anything remote? Can we work this position? And we haven't created that, and just having this particular program allows people to make extra money through their link by using our services or providing our services to others. So that's kind of what the ambassador program is.
That's awesome. I think it's going to be very successful for people with an existing network already. Yep. Somebody that has maybe seen the value in DCI, doesn't have, like you said, doesn't have the time to jump into the hobby full time, but wants to be more involved.
Yep.
That's really cool that you guys are offering that. So, guys, that is going to do it for us on DCI episode 18, our Peyton Manning episode.
That's right. The sheriff.
That is all we've got. We are looking forward to the National. We will see everybody in Atlantic City. But for now, I am Jason.
Big Sexy out.
That's right. Thank y'all very much.